bad sound sounds like crackles, bad cables, bad sound, poorly maintained cables. I have to like resolder it. Anyway, welcome to the stream. We also have to go live on here on good old TikTok. So we're going to do another short one this time. Got half an hour, literally 30 minutes till midnight. I'm going to see what I can come out with in 30 minutes. I have to come out with something. Let's see what else I can do to this sound. Just turn off send. Something about that bend. What if we can do that, but filter? Let's do some sync. Even more. I mean, this is what I was saying last night about this sound. Let's try and squelch this sound a bit more. I'm looking for pulse width. There it is. So there's this technique in phase plant where you can have, oh gosh, I forgot to press the magic button. That will lose me followers. Okay, now I'm on. Crikey. If I don't press this button, it's just off screen. Nobody on TikTok can see me. Nobody in vertical format can see me. So anyway, I'm back. I'm here now. Should have my checklist. So, oh, that's almost a bit ravey, that one. Should we put all of these to filter 2, including this? Take some of that and out. Maybe it doesn't work. Sounds very low. Some sounds, yeah, look at that. That's. I mean, it's terrible because you've got multiple resonances below 100. It's bad. But then it kind of goes in. It's fundamentally a bad sound because it's phasing slightly. But it sounds big, you know. What if we had some drastic EQ cuts like phasers? Just getting that. Bypass. Oh, yeah. This one that changes LFO1. Let's make it just wobble slightly. Slightly. So more filtration. Let's go straight in. Boom. Leslie, how you doing? Sweep. Sweep the leg. Sound amazing. Thanks, Wesley. Just playing. Not sure what to do with this bass. It's got some rhythm. Just want to put a little response there. We'll use this sound again, like I did last night. What that's called. It's got a name in music where you do the same notes on different instruments. It's like the theme, like the same character comes on screen, but like a different aspect to it. I don't know. Like it's like Mr. Nice Guy, and then this is Mr. It's gonna just kick your ass. Don't know. Do not know. Just make up any word. Any term. Jake, hi Jake. I am making some, just trying out some D&B. Let's do some D&B splurges, like quick fire, start tracks. Just not thinking about things too much. Not editing really, just playing. There's a certain bass sound that I'm after though, which I've not quite got into this template yet, and that would be, thanks for liking. What's the bass on? It's kind of a distorted, almost foghorn, but short, kind of like brah, but not brah, more like, but a bit with a bit of space in it, you know, a bit of reverb. So unless I accidentally stumble across it, I'm gonna have to make it. But I don't have it. I can't really make it. I kind of want a bit of a clear idea. We'll go to my bass serum patches, because in here, you know, these are things I have made and used before. What's this? I've used this quite a lot. It's not even that good. It lacks depth. Oh. Could use this. Few different things can do this. It's each of the envelope is at there. So I could slow this envelope. Or I could have it go twice as fast and then have some kind of space behind it. Like just one. I mean, it's best not to rely on effect. I mean, with Serum or any synth, I reckon it's best to leave effects to try and get the sound you want with envelopes, because you know you've got 8 envelopes. Or is it 10 on here? On Serum 2, but 8 on Serum, and unlimited on Phase Plan. I don't know how many. So I kind of thought, you know, it's best to try and get the most out of those first and then do effects. But let's just hear what it sounds like with a delay on. A single delay, so only no feedback. It's got a bit of space now, easily as well, and that only echoes once, so it doesn't overlap, even though it sounds like it should do, because it sounds like a delay. Stock FL plugins are supposed to be mint. I mean, there's some that I'm jealous of, like the convolution, and I don't know much about the rest of them. I've seen some before and I've gone, they look pretty good. You're stuck with them. Sometimes it's a blessing in disguise having less devices to play with, because you get to learn them, and yeah, get to know them really well, and because you've got less other things that you can play with, you know how to make that thing work. Yeah, I try not to add any new plugins these days. Free ones, yeah, the ones that come with it. Taylor Collins, yes you can. Yes you can. Perfect example of that. is, I forgot his name again. D&B head from Belgium. Oh wait, is it from Belgium or Netherlands? I can't remember. Cat. No, he made a whole album only using Ableton about 4 years ago. Oh, you got the lesser version of FL, yeah. So there's a lesser version of Ableton as well, which is not Suite. Suite is all the stock plugins, whereas Ableton Live 12 is standard. Is some of them, like you don't get all of them. Taylor Collins, thank you for following. Yeah, Taylor. Yes, you can definitely make it. I mean, Ableton, like, I saw a little video about the history of Ableton the other day. Or was it an article? I can't remember. And how it came about. It was these two German guys. One's called Overmono. I think Overmono. Is it Overmono? Yeah, it is. And I can't remember the name of the other guy. And they just like made it. They created Ableton version 0 and then 0.1 all the way up. To do that like sort of dub techno, and they did all this. Yeah, like they didn't use they added VST support later for external plugins. They did most of. Yeah, you can definitely make. I made an entire album. Yeah, I forget. How could I forget? I made an entire album on Ableton as well. Ableton 10, I think it was. I don't think I used any external. I might have used. No. Can't remember what I used. But all the synths, yeah, like Operator, the FM synthesizer is really good. Came with the keyboard, yeah. Yeah, my mate, she started on it and is now releasing dubstep tunes. You know, I think it's good to start on the standard one to know if you actually really like it. You know, if you're begging for the if you've used standard for long enough and you're like, I really need it to do this thing now, like I'm ready for it, then you know it's like worth upgrading, don't you? I think we all started. Oh yeah, I started out on free sequences, like totally free ones. One Cakewalk Pro Audio that came with my first MIDI keyboard. My first MIDI keyboard was that big, and it had these tiny little weird springy keys on them, and it was amazing because it could do MIDI and audio, which was a big jump from just using Fast Tracker 2 was, which is like a sampler and sequencer in one, but it's a very different kind of sequencer. Just uses like rows and numbers. People still use trackers today. I guess it's a good tool to make jungle. It focuses you on the samples. MIDI adds a whole level of. It's almost as if, because you can see notes in a keyboard, it's almost as if if you don't know music theory, it feels like you've always got this part of knowledge missing. But to make music, to make jungle, you don't need music theory. I've tried to learn it though. Just seeing a keyboard there for many years has made me want to learn it bit by bit. Ewan, hi, how you doing? That doesn't sound in tune. Um, Elon, that scared me for a minute, man. Well, taking a break for a while. I had to take a break over the summer. Well, I had to. I was forced to, but it probably it's good to take breaks. But that was a long 2 months. Like I didn't really do. I just finished that dubstep album, which I'm waiting to come back from the mastering it and the artwork for it, and then I'll release it as soon as I've got the art. Both of those, I'm gonna release it. I've been waiting patiently. I wanted to get the artwork right. Need to learn how to make a house. That's where do you even begin? The foundations. Lots of hardware. No, I used to have lots of hardware, and then saw that all when sort of software samplers became and computer, and I got a fast enough computer and stuff like that. But yeah, I have like MIDI keyboard, and I do still have a really old analog outboard desk, but it's not needed. It's not required. It just helps rooting back into itself sometimes to like monitor tunes playing on YouTube and stuff. That's it. Am I on a label? No. I just had a release on Web 40, my collective's label. I'm not the leader of the collective, but I am in it. My friend Maya runs it, and we met up in Wrexham playing D&B nights together. And now we're doing dubstep nights. So this label's called Wob 40 because the night's called Wob 40 and it's like a 140 theme. So you got 2 tracks released on that on the very first release. And I think another one is going to come out around Halloween. Are you on a label? It's something that I've tried to do like early on in my music making journey. I sent like to my favorite labels. I was sending tracks off, and I never heard anything back. My music was probably not up to scratch. To be like listening back on it now, I'm like, there's some interesting stuff, but not what a big electronic label, instrumental label, like Warp or Planet Moo, or even Scam at the end of its Scam in Manchester, was it somewhere in Manchester? I think it had finished just as I was starting to send music out, so I never got anything back. I only ever got one reply. Contract finished. So what are you going to do now if your contract's finished? So just carry on. You can't stop, can you? Yeah, I had there was a label called Adadat that I'd heard about on John Peel, because I used to listen to John Peel's show a lot. So I sent tunes there, and they replied back saying, "Yeah, keep sending stuff." And when I got that message back saying keep sending stuff, I'm like, that's all I've got. I had nothing else to send, and then I was like, right, but I can't make stuff quick enough to send over, and not knowing what to send. When your own opinion of what's good. I might have made out of the 20 or 40 different tracks that I'd made up to that point that I thought were okay. How do I even know which one of those to pick? And I think they're all old, and I don't like them as much, and I'm capable of better ones. So I started to make loads of new ones, but they took me so long to make, and I wasn't really getting anywhere. Yeah, so that's why I don't send to labels, and then the whole world of like self-publishing on the internet came along, and that's more suits me. I don't have to think about what other people are thinking, but I used to do, because you can self-release and get no listens. What's worse, sending to a label and getting no responses, or self-publishing and realizing that getting listeners is like one of the hardest things to do. It's really hard to do. Keep releasing until you get a renewal a new contract. Nice. So you're just going to self-release? Yeah, it does, doesn't it? That's what I don't want to do, and it slowed me down again. Like, I was really busy this summer, but where I did have time, I finished and perfected as much. I kept adding these tiny little features to some of these 7 tracks that I'm releasing. They didn't need it, but yeah, and that's all I was focused on, was that, rather than starting new tunes, which I should have been doing. I should have been starting new tunes every day like I'm doing now, as a practice, as a daily practice, like just half an hour a day, as well as mixing these. But yeah, it's so hard to separate from the two, I think. When I've got my head in 7 different tunes in parallel, that's all I can think about. I don't want to make a tune from scratch when I've got these 7 that are like finished and brimming with niceness. But yeah, it does. I'm trying to find a way still of getting around this same problem, mate. I think it's solvable. I think all these problems are solvable. It's somehow I've got to make some kind of practice, discipline, not the discipline, but a practice of a system, so I can switch from one thing to the other and still practice this and still be into it. So it's how to make a dinky lead. Cress NRG. I don't know what a dinky lead is, mate. Go and do a different alias. See, I've got 2. I've got drum and bass one, which is not Terrapastel, even though I'm doing everything under this channel. But if I was to release this tune, it would be under Next Lev, which is my D&B alias. Yeah, label work. I'm assuming you mean label work as in stuff you've got to do for a label, or stuff that you've got to do to self-release to actually run your own label, right? I don't like that sign, it's really basic. No content. Come on. Why does it say no content? Terrible. Alright, it's not responding. Oh no. Don't crash on me, babe. Okay, it's good. Babe. Did I just call Ableton babe? I don't really call people babe much. I do though. Do I love Ableton? Do I love making music? It's not even about the sequencer. It's not even about not getting into any doll wars. Right. Let's talk more picking presets. Bass. Where did we go to? Mean Jungle Fraser. Oh yeah, this one. Sure. Be another few LFO things that you could do here. Okay. So we'll do a few times. There we go. Realize what I did. Michael, do you have any other modulation going on, or is it just the filter cutoff? Yeah, just the. Wait, no, it's FX5. What did I do? Yeah, another filter. So 2 filters. How do I turn it back on? Oh yeah, it's just 2 filters. Yeah, that's one. That's LFO for one of them, and that's the other LFO for the other. Turn it on off again. It needs to be in a space, this one, I think. Surprised it already isn't. It's got every other effect on it. Convolve. Still trying to like figure out the best sort of convolve reverb in Serum 2 that fits with a distorted bass. I'm sure I saw someone use what's it called? Gold plate. Sounds really big. Oh, Bode. Isn't Bode I didn't get it first. I think it's frequency shifter. I don't get why people use frequency shifters on basses, because it's going to fuck with the fundamental, but then you can now add the fundamental back in. You can take it out, can't you, and then add it back in separately. So just changes the pitch of it. Yeah, it's definitely a pitch shifter. Why it's called Bode, I have no idea. Yeah, I'm not going to use that now. But yeah, it's nice to have it in your toolbox, because it's one of my favourite effects is frequency shifting. It can sometimes solve problems, frequency shifting, and it sometimes goes an effect, but it's kind of like one of those rare ones that I don't really use very often. I used to use it a lot for sound design, like just making unique sounds by messing with the frequency, feeding any signal into it, and doing it, automating the frequency of the frequency shifter as well. A little bit, wobbling it just a little bit. Oh yeah, the low high splitter. Yeah, forgot about that. It's really impressive thing to add. Yeah, and puts it closer to what Faceplant can do as well. Yeah, because it saves so much time, because to do the same thing in Ableton you'd have to have two copies. Well, you'd have to have all the effects running in Ableton, which is okay, but what if you can do it all in Serum? Found any use with granular? Yes. Yes is the definite answer for that. Yeah, I've got a tune that's about to come out, a dubstep tune, and I made this mad bass with a granulator. I can't remember which one I used, because grain samplers, I love them. They're great for making pads and atmospheres. Like you can put almost any sample in and turn it into a pad, provided it's got enough grains, and a slow release and stuff. Well, not every sample though. Some samples it sounds terrible. It's kind of hit and miss. But if you feed something that's already quite soft and got soft attacks, something without drums and transients, pretty much anything could be a pad. Grain samples are awesome. But yeah, for the bass, so basically I sampled one of my own basses, put it in either granulator in Ableton or the Serum one, or even the faceplant one, and set it up, played with it a bit, and it made this really awesome. It was like the same bass echoed but not echoed. It just kind of made the bass that I put in really full and like blah, 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 blah. Like gave it loads of like mad rhythm that wasn't there or would have been hard to achieve any other way. The problem with it was it also did that for the bass, and you know what it's like when you have overlapping basses. The phase completely ruins the bottom end of the bass sound. If you've got little like 30 of the same sounds playing at once, it was a mess. A very inconsistent fundamental frequency. So filter that out, put in your own pure sine wave underneath, and the problem is almost solved. And it was worth doing just for that one sound. I think it wasn't just a pure sine wave that I put back in underneath. I made it move a bit as well. I think it had a bit of a LFO on the level of the sine wave as well. So it kind of matched the jerkiness of the grain sound above it. Yeah, I've always been rubbish at pads until I realised that I need to get better. So I made it part of a sort of regular practice to make a new one every so often, Where's Louis? Valhalla Supermassive. I am not using that right now. You have to, yeah, I have to say. There's always time though. There's always time for Supermassive, especially for pads, right? Always trying to get better. Eternal student, yes. Always a new trick to learn or discover. Yeah. Always a new trick to remember as well. Because you might have already discovered and learned it and then forgot about it because you didn't practice it. I swear there's things I did like I start doing a new thing going, oh, I'm definitely going to use this new like I'll just go into a project going, I'm going to use this technique I just saw. I'll go in, I'll start doing it. I'm going, I think I actually did this like 2 years ago. Possibly even from the same video. that I've seen a tutorial on. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is like, obviously neuroplasticity and your brain being able to remember everything. But like, what if you've got a really busy life and your brain's already completely full of stuff, so much other things to remember, and then you sit down at the desk, you got this other stuff to remember. I guess the best stuff really sticks, doesn't it? The more times you use it, you just end up with this slowly growing library of like techniques in your head. But they only stay there if you practice them. Yeah, it's not the days of learning to ride a bike are gone. Like you can remember that because you were young. I don't know about the reverb now or this sound or any of it. This is what I'm doing. So the whole point of the exercise is to not judge whether it's any good right now. I've made a 8-bar loop. I don't know if it's going to be any good or whether it's going to oops, floral 2. No, I don't want to do that. I want to save it new. Save it as a new project. It's not for me to judge now whether this is any good. We need a word finder. I'm going to bounce it, listen to it again in a week or so. Gauge. I will gauge. I think I've already got a track called Gauge. Gouty. Goop. Yeah, let's go for Goop. Was that Goop the Blow? Oh, yes, it was. All right. So, yeah, I was obviously stuck there, so export. Go into there and save it. Bounce it as an MP3. Eric Sean, thanks for sharing. The amount of things you forget. I'm always wanting to explore different genres, flicking. So I'm flicking between synthesis, raised, and orchestra. Oh my gosh, yeah. That is 2 very different workflows, yeah, for sure. Do you know what? I'm in my drum and bass like workflow right now. I'm in my drum and bass sort of mode right now, right? Which takes me a little while to get back into it. When I go back, like right now, so I make electronic music as well. That's not drum and bass and it's not dubstep. It's almost free form, but it usually has quite predictable kick snare patterns. It's kind of like, sort of friendly electronic music, but it doesn't really fit into a genre. And I like that. But while I'm in my drum and bass mode, I'm like, if I wanted to start an electronic tune right now, like in a minute, I don't know where I'd start. I actually, from this point of view right now, it's a puzzle to me how I even get into it, even though I've done it loads of times. I think I just like start by picking a tempo that's not D&B or dubstep, and then just pick the weirdest sounds, the most alien sounds, and that's where the problem is, because if everything sounds alien, nothing sounds familiar to anyone, and then no one's gonna like it. Somehow Ortica got around that. Thanks for following, Michael. Somehow Ortica got fame. They're not famous, but they're famous in the sort of electronic world of pushing the limits of what music can be, making the weirdest sounds. Like the weirder, the better, because it's still got rhythm. There's still almost like a story being told in all these weird sounds as the track plays along. And obviously, just like Autica have done themselves the best, like to the best of that they could possibly do it. That's another thing about being like an artist and creating your whole new genre. Autica being Autica. No one can make a beat that sounds like Autica without it sounding like Autica. Like Autica. He tried to make an end track and ended up making a hip hop beat. An end track. Can never explain my process to my partner. She just watches and goes, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. Yeah. Yeah, my partner, now wife, she always goes like, she always uses my music making as an analogy to cook when she, because she's like a cook, she's like a chef, right? But not a professional chef, but she's been trained as a chef, so she'll say, she'll explain some chef things to me, and she'll be like, you know how I don't know how to make, you know, a beat. Says, well, that's exactly the same as you not being able to like cook ingredients together. I'm just like, that's a really bad analogy, because I do know how to cook. I'm just not a chef level. EDM tempo. Oh, EDM. Oh, I don't know. I think I must have. I must have already figured it out. I don't know which comment it was. Yeah, right. So let's reuse this beat again and come up with something different. Let's change the drums a little bit. Rolls a little bit better. I don't know what kind of track I want to make. Somewhere between Liquid and Jump Up. I think it's Roller. I think Rollers sit there. Rollers can have like quite hard basses, but they don't necessarily do all the crazy stop and starting. Ultimate Records. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't do that, mate. Why did I... Do I need to load this? And, oh, what's going on? Sometimes Windows, you know, does a thing. I don't know what it's doing. Oh, I think you sent me... Did you inbox at me on Instagram? You did. Oh, you sent it on TikTok. I'll do it now because I fucking forget. I said to people like, I might. Last night I said I'm not listening to any tunes tonight. You might be able to send them tomorrow. and even today, I'm not. I've got to go to bed. I meant to go to bed half an hour ago. Why can't I see your name on there? Has that many people messaged me? Nah. I guess a lot of spam on here. Oh, found you, got you. So, what does this sound like? I've sent the link. Yeah, I've just sent a request now. Thank you. Have you seen Techno by Baby Audio? No. Maybe I should start with some sounds for once instead of going straight into basses, right? Oh no. No, what's it like? Because it's really dry without sounds. Without, like, you can't just have bass sounds and drum sounds in a drum and bass tune. You need to have, like, other sounds too. And that's one thing I'm terrible at, I guess. How do I come up with? How have I even written, like? I've released 30 D&B tunes and made pretty good intros. How have I done that? I think I just start playing with synths there. Start playing with presets and effects, and then refiguring out music theory every single time. Pads. Oh yeah, make pads. Out of call it egg pipe. Oh yeah, this was a sample that I this is granular. There's not enough density. Yeah, 30 grains. That does not sound like 30 grains, does it? That's 1 grain. Let's give this some. Let's give it some space. Console hole. Easy herbs too hot. Vocals, D&B and jungle samples in that thousands it falls as. Oh, okay. Yes, actually, it's from a pipe. I can't remember. Someone gifted it to me a while ago. A wild man. I won't say any more than that. Just a wild man gave it to me. I'm pretty sure it was a wild man. Or it could have been my wife. I'm not sure. My now wife. And I was like, oh yeah, I've got like wind instruments in my studio. It turns out I've got loads of instruments. And I've put them up on the shelf up there. They're all on one shelf. And I'm going to like lay them out. Pick from them randomly sometimes. But, I mean, you know, adding a chorus to a sound is sometimes that's like a mixed thing to do. It needs a bit more beef though. We should, you know, I shouldn't shy away from using multi-banter with a preset, just like, you know, smash. So squash? FL squash? Nah. This one, there we go. This one's a bit more consistent level. Native Indians, yeah. I think that's what part of my brain is that though. That's what I feel like is going on in my head constantly. Like there's an earth part. It's supposed to sound like that. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. I meant to delete that, but it didn't work. Nah, I'm confused now. Why is it doing that? Doesn't make sense. It's like it's playing 3 notes instead of 2. Oh, I know why. Look what's turned on here. It's playing that. I can't remember what this... It was like an all-in-one. Let's turn it off. There we go. I have already made a tune with this sound, but I cannot remember what happened to it. It's a bit out of tune. There's still not enough space there either. We're going to change the speed. What's all this information here as well? You see the grains there, look now. Needs more, doesn't it? No idea what. needs tuning up slightly. I think years of DJing gave me that insight. I'm probably wrong. Turn the fader the other way, be right. How often? I'm trying to do once every 2 days at the moment, but it's kind of random, but usually around 10 till midnight. Maybe that, keep it simple. You know, I don't know if you could hear that Reese underneath on a phone. Let's match it. Oh, nice one. Thank you, Michael, for the feedback. Now, I wonder if I should modulate this so it's got a bit of movement, because it's pretty full on, isn't it? At the moment, it's like, maybe it's just too loud. So simple filter doing just a bit of movement. This Reese as well. I want to add a little bit of bend. It's already turned on. Yep, portamento there. Second phrase. The way it is works, but it's not in the same time as the first bit. Not bad. Not bad for 10 minutes, like roughly 10 minutes, as like a something I can bounce now and come back to. Because the only things I could think of doing to it now is obviously, I mean, layer wise, to add in extra sounds. At this stage, probably something like a piano or harp, or even remove that and have a vocal. Because I do want to do some liquid tunes so that I could get someone who wants to do a vocal with me. And she was like, yeah, send stuff over. And I'm like, all my stuff usually has synths in the place of where a vocal go in the same frequency range. But all I've got to do really is just, start with something like this, pipes it, and then mute it. There you go. Space there now. Whoa. The reverb, it sound good. I'm scared of words though. I like instrumentals because words, it's good. Actually, chopped up vocals is one of the best like tips I've got from people coming on here. And so I was making one of my dubstep tunes that's about to come out, and I had a really nice vocal sample in the intro which had auto-tuned. It was like a free vocal, and I also tuned it to play the notes I wanted it to harmonize how I wanted it to harmonize. I was like, that vocal's so good. When the drop comes in, the vocal completely goes away. I'm like, it'd be nice to use some of that vocal somewhere, but just having it in full just didn't work. And the song was like, why don't you chop it up? Like, oh yeah. One of my favourite sounds from like listening to DJ Easy like a long time ago on a mixtape that's been lost in history, which I literally can't even find on the internet. There was these tracks that he played in his DJ Easy mix, and it's like these beautiful like sampled chopped up vocals rhythmically playing, and it sounded great. And I'll never forget that track, and I've no idea what the track is called. And so I'm always trying to recreate it myself. So it's good that I can't find it, because I'm always trying to create that vibe. So yeah, that's a great tip, Michael. Chopped up vocal totally adds it just turns a vocal, which is already good, the human voice, which is like one of the best instruments ever, into something even better. Like something that's great for if you're making dance music. If you can make a human voice more rhythmic than it already is. And that's what chopping does, doesn't it? If it's done right, if it's done thoughtfully. So yeah, top tip. A grain vocal preset in Serum 2. Ooh. Let me just save this. We're on to H already. Where's Word Finder? Did I get rid of it? Nice hurt. Horned. So, okay, let's try this preset out. Grey vocal preset. Tip. Search. Oh, no such preset. Am I doing this right? Maybe I'm not. Oh, I don't know, it's not there. The chopped voice ads. I saved some edits. I now use date, month, year, hour, minute to categorize the edits in the Vox category. It's interesting you should talk about this because I'm still trying to develop a way of saving sounds that works for me. And I've been talking about it. That's all I've been doing. I've been talking the talk, not walking the walk. Granular, factory, vocal box, yeah, I don't know. I have used these before. Right, but I'm gonna have to go soon. Very, like in the next 5 minutes. My eyes are stinging. Granular Vox. Granular. Factory Vox. That's film scores, nice. Mainly lately because you'll make small edits. Working on film scores. Maybe there's I don't know what's going wrong there. Maybe I've not got the latest version. But I should have the latest version. 2022. Yeah, I'm trying to like do my own. I think I'm just gonna have to. I can't make music and categorize sounds in the same session. It seems I have to have separate. I already know this. I have to have separate sessions to do sound categorizing. Because if I don't, I'll just hear a sound and go, "Oh, I'm gonna make a tune now," like every single time. Is that ADHD? Don't know. Yeah. What was he gonna do? Like add a piano or something? I don't know. That'll do for now. If I do any more to this, I'll never go to bed. So I'm gonna bounce this. So I've got a track naming system. Yeah. So it's currently I'm on the alphabet of words beginning with overture. Wait, it's 2 words basically. I'm going through all the letter O's at the moment. There's O and A, O B, O C, but I've chosen a word. So all this current alphabet era that I'm in is overture at the moment. The one before it was nape, and yeah, I've passed the middle of the alphabet already, and I'm going A B C D E F G. It gets so they kind of have very unique names, maybe too unique. Maybe they don't need to be this unique, but it definitely helps not having names instead of numbers. And do you know what inspired me to do these names like this is because if you've ever looked into the what's it called? You get like private keys for crypto wallets are like a series of like 8 12 words. Is it 12 words? And that's having 12 words is enough hard to break. For encryption, it's like more complex than numbers. So I thought it'd be good to have that. Even just 2 words. And they all get renamed when they get released anyway. Well, they don't. Most of them don't get released. Only like 1 in 8 even get anywhere near finished. What was I looking for then? Saving this track. Oh yeah, so. But yeah, I struggle. I used to come up with words beginning with a letter quite easily on my own. You know, like I'm always learning new words. But to save even more time, I just use random word generator and put the first letter in there. Just because it is really much quicker than trying to think of a word on my own. I'm not a walking dictionary, so yeah. So yeah, I recommend this track naming system. My old naming system. I didn't make nearly as much tracks as I used to, so I needed a new system. But my old system was, yeah, I'd spend too long just staring at the screen after starting the project thinking of a name. That's time wasted. Creative time wasted. You could be making music and you're just trying to think of a working title. Well, I just know that part of that letter of the alphabet that I was on was roughly, how long ago in my head. I can sort of remember how long ago. Like if I go back to the Joyride, when it was Joyride, that was quite a long time ago. That was about a year ago. So there's some memory recall. Some of them I can't remember. I mean, all these ones that have gone in Sketchbook here are all ones which I've deemed like not. They don't inspire me to work on them anymore. But I can't delete them because sometimes I do go back and I have brought some of them forward because I suddenly have like an idea for it like a year down the line. But yeah, Joyride, it's had J, and then K, Kinesis, and then L, Log. A lot of logs didn't make it. A lot of mags didn't make it. A lot of napes didn't make it. Like just randomly pick one of these. It'll sound terrible. It's not that bad. Other tracks around that time that had that same beat and the same bass but played differently that worked better. Rediscovery, yeah. It's just rough tryouts of ideas that may or may not work. I don't know what to do. So that's why I don't delete any, because you can still find gold in there, right? Michael, it's been really interesting chatting. I'd like to know more about what you do for films and stuff. I should probably go. Bad time to ask. It's nearly 1 AM. Right, so let's just hear it one more time. It's what I wanted to make. It was on my list. Was to make something that you could do vocals to. So there's a start. What if we filter everything out there? That's the thing, isn't it? Watching other people making music. Yeah. I think it's good though. I think it's a good stepping stone. Like if you're stuck, you watch someone else make music and go, oh shit, like that's what I should be doing, and then do it. Yeah. Yeah, good chatting. I hope to see you on again. I hope you can take a little bit of time out from doing your stuff for a chat because it's a nice chat. Um, yeah, inspiration for sure. Yeah. Do you have put stuff on SoundCloud or anything I can listen to tomorrow on my um when I'm listening to stuff tomorrow? Oh, maybe it's in your own bio, right? Oh yeah, okay. You've got a site. I assume it'll be on there, right? Mixed bags. I think I'm a mixed bag as well. Like as too mixed. I'm probably like too mixed for my own good. If I just stuck to D&B the whole time, I'd probably be a lot further by now. As in, what is further anyway? Like a top 10 in the drum and bass charts, or signed? Whatever. Is that good? Inconsistent finishing projects, so short teasers. Yeah, I feel yeah. Yeah, that's something that takes practice is as well. Is starting tunes takes practice. Finishing them also does, and then mixing them does too, and then attempting to mastering them. It's all good though. Yeah, I learned how to finish stuff like in the past sort of 5 years. I've been my whole method has changed. So yeah, I'm well on a roll these days. Forget to release this. Not always full length. Yeah, you want to do full length. You want to just push past that bit where you're stuck at, because that's how you learn. Like even though you might fail loads of times. Sorry, you didn't ask for my advice. I'm just saying what I do. Um, how I got around that problem, that very same problem. You just got to release, and you're gonna release some bad ones for sure. Like you should listen to my bass stuff. I released 30 D&B tunes. There's some good stuff in there. There's some terrible stuff. There's some stuff I want to take down, but I think it needs to stay there because it's part of the story of my journey of what I've done, where I've failed in public. Films, films, yeah. That's really mad you telling me on one side you're struggling to finish D&B, but on your film commissions you're just like, yeah, it's just like they're alright then. Like paid, I'm assuming paid work. Like I just don't get any deadlines. Yeah, yeah. What sort of films is it? Like commission? Are you getting commissions, or is it like sync placements? Like have you already written like a catalogue? Undiagnosed ADHD. Tell me about it. Apparently that's what I have. I've not been diagnosed, but people who I surround myself with, pretty much everyone is neurodivergent, and they say you've definitely got ADHD. I'm like, how do I know? Like I don't know any other way, any different. I know I'm different, but isn't everyone? And they're like, you're so ADHD. For fuck's sake. It's annoying. I'm trying to see myself through an ADHD as if I am, which is hard to do as well because you're doing a simulation of yourself. Oh, I don't know. I think too much. Animation shorts, nice. Mandy. No, but that's sick. That's a great start. Oh my gosh, working on animations. Oh, can you hook us up with any examples of your work? I'd love to see some. Have you got some on your website? Probably have a look tomorrow. No, I will have a look tomorrow. But anyway, oh, we're wicked, Michael. Well, thanks. I really have to go because it's 1 o'clock and I've got to get up at probably 7 a.m. It's really nice to meet you. And we had Taylor, Herbs Too Hot, Ultimate Records, who gave me his sample library link. Louis, Ewan, Cress, NRG, yeah, Jake. Thanks all for dropping by and saying hello and stuff. I like coming online and doing this and chatting and trying to make tunes and chatting. It's quite hard. But some old stuff, not new projects. Yeah, okay. That just makes me more excited for the new projects. It's like you've got old ones up now, but there's more to come. Nice one, Michael. Yeah, pleased to meet you, mate. Have a good evening. I shall see you soon. Yeah. I remember watching TC do live streams. It blew my mind. The way how fast he did some of the making an intro for a D&B tune. I was just like, you can do it that fast. Oh my god, and that confidently. That just kind of blew my mind. TC, and I forgot there was another one. There was another producer who I used to watch. There's a few. There's quite a lot on YouTube, like who've been going for a long time. Just watching the people do, just working, making a tune. Yeah, I'd love to see everyone's like everyone who's been on here and makes tunes. I'd love to. So some of them ended up doing a live stream, and I saw the way they work, and I'm just as amazed. They're amazed at me and the way I do things, but I'm amazed at them. I'm just like, how? Why did you choose to do that next? And why does it sound so good? So many questions, but it's still good to see. Still inspiring. Yeah, animates. No way. Animates using what software? Patreon is a hard skip. Toon Boom. See, I've got mixed feelings, but I'm not. I do take some free stuff from people's Patreons. I've thought about doing a Patreon. I think like, if I was desperate to monetize, I'm not that desperate. I think it's not a good position when you're desperate to monetize your art. I think you've got to work hard to monetize your art, but if you're ever desperate, you're going to make some bad decisions. But some people release sample packs, and some people are willing to pay for sample packs. I like the Google model, which is release a product for free for almost forever, and then put ads on it 10 years later and make shitloads of money. That's a long game. and I would never put ads on my music, but you know what I mean, like, you know, once you've got 1,000 fans, then you can like start putting t-shirts up, right? Then it's like worth it. I've got t-shirts for sale now, but obviously no one buys them because you need quite a few fans to actually make that worth it. Side, yeah, that's it. I know loads of people who do it. Well, I don't know loads of people personally, but I've met loads on TikTok who do it. Yeah, yeah. The artist who just joined Skippy got his Patreon the other week. It's solid. Okay, you're saying it's solid. Skip. Who just joined Skippy? Skippy? What's Skippy? I'm supposed to be going to bed, but it's like this really interesting stuff. Oh, I have no idea. Is Skippy an artist or a thing? Skippy. Alright, it's getting confusing now. Hi, Skippy. Are you Skippy? Are you this Skippy? Oh, just joined. Skippy. Oh, sorry, yeah. Got his Patreon the other week. Okay, so so Skippy's Patreon is good, but Patreon in general is oh, you're saying, sorry, fucking hell. I'm with you now. This is why I should go to bed. I'm going to bed. It's not a hard, Skip. You're saying to Skip that his Patreon is hard. Apologies. That's what it was about. I just totally misunderstood. I thought he was throwing shade. But he wasn't. He was sending him a hard compliment to you, Skip. And I just totally misread what on earth was going on. Yeah. It's bad as well because when you're on a phone, which I assume you all are, the keyboard is just the worst thing, isn't it? It's easy to make errors. I've seen chat is so bad for it. It's so bad. I'm like there staring at the screen going, what is someone actually talking about here? So too much on this app. Yeah. So right, I'll leave you this. Yeah, auto-correcting as well. Fucking hell. I was trying to spell someone's name the other day. Alec instead of Alex. And you think it was no Alec, but it didn't. I had to tell it. Right. Oh, right. So that's what I did. That what you just heard. That's it. I've exported it. I'm not gonna listen to it now. And play that loop back in a week. See if it inspires me. I mean, it's already the basis for like a liquor track. So anyway, I have to go. Everyone who joined, sorry, and everyone who is in here now, sorry, I have to go. One last question: where do you source your drum? So all these, most of these are from Loop Cloud. I've done my own little rack as well. I always do my own rack. That's my own rack. Yeah, I did have supplies for a bit. I do, but these are all Loop Cloud from what I remember. Peace, Kazuya. Techno synth drum machine. 12.3. Oh, do you? The group bouncing, group freezing. That'd be useful. I would find that useful for sure. Oh, it's just getting good in here. It's just getting good in chat. Me and Michael have been having a good chat. OG free drum break for him. Don't mind if I do. OG. That didn't throw. Typing that in didn't throw what I thought it would. A collection of 850 drum breaks I've accumulated. it takes you to a Dropbox and it's too big to load, but you can download it. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, let's do that. Just Vanini. Let's get some Vanini on the hard drive. Oh, it has splice integration. Yes, yeah. That is handy. It'd be cool if it could do loop cloud as well. I do like loop cloud, but I haven't really compared the both. I thought loop cloud had better payment terms, but they both, you know, they were both a bit like restrictive. Like if you didn't have a subscription, you couldn't download anything. Like each month, you needed to renew it. Didn't like that. You don't want to give me a virus. No, I'm pretty good at not getting viruses. It's taken a long time to learn how to sort of quarantine things, you know. Old school Vox. Not this old school Vox. The one that I found on SoulSeek once. This one.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's like, how many samples are in here? It's nearly 4,000. And I've used some of them in my tunes. In fact, I did have a tune released, and I had to have someone help me find the sample, what it was from, because of what I was like, can I use this sample and get away with it? So the only trouble with this old school Vox library of vocals is, if you did have a track that blew up and you wanted to get permission, you probably wouldn't get permission anyway, and you'd probably have to pay a lot of money for the permission. So fuck it, what's the point in even me asking the question? It's underground music. If you don't put it on Spotify, there's nothing to worry about, is there? Like, Spotify just gonna fucking pay you anything anyway. Like, underground music. There's always underground music. If you want to make money off other people's copyrighted content, that's what the problem is, isn't it? Dogs on Acid. Yeah. I have got... Reddit is good, though. Yeah. Do people still go on Dogs on Acid? OG drum breaks. Gods on Acid. Yeah, I want loads. I suddenly have a thirst, and I have already downloaded quite a load from Audios. Do you know Audios? .download. Audios. AudioZ.download. I downloaded some shaker loops to put for quick layering of drum beats, drum and bass, and tambourine as well. Tambourine loops. Because I haven't got my own tambourine. And even if I did, no, I do have a tambourine, but I don't know how to record it so it doesn't sound shite. The amount of good breaks is crazy. I need some good breaks again. Like, I did have a bunch of good breaks that I kept going back into. I still do, but after listening to the Amen break in a tune that I made, I listened to it a year later. I was like, that sounds terrible. Like, I tried reusing it in another tune and it sounded so scratchy and rubbish. That's not the Amen break I remember listening to when I first got into sampling. It was this dreamy sound. I don't know where that original drum break sample, Amen break sample, came from that I used to use. But I need that one again. But whole bassline and amps are creatively bankrupt. Yes, exactly. There, weirdly, percussion is different, isn't it? Percussion is different. Sampling percussion is different than sampling like anything else. I don't know. You can sample. You can't do your own vocals, so you sample vocals. You can't really do your own drums nearly as good as sampling James Brown's drummer or the Winston's drummer. But basses, that's where we can get excel and flex in it, making crazy basses on our computers to go with it all. Okay. I would look for. I need to go to bed, guys. What the hell? Breaks. Search. It's a bit weird. This. Does it work? 100 new rare breaks. July 30th. Rare breaks. Okay, I'm going to leave this in my browser for tomorrow. Addictive Drums is brilliant. Yeah, I use Addictive Drums. Addictive Drums is great for doing like hi-hat patterns. I've never actually tried to do a shaker on Addictive Drum. Chop up percussion, recording my vocals, just processed it. So it was unrecognizable. These are good techniques, guys. Why are you all on so late? I'm not allowed to stay up this late anymore. You haven't got the voice for an age or yeah. Actually, shit, that's another track that's coming out soon. I've got 7 dubstep tracks. One of them, I'm singing in it, but it's pitched up. It's auto-tune type pitched up, played on a MIDI. It doesn't sound like me at all, so that's good. But the words, I was happy with the words for once. Little altar boy, okay. Yeah, I used the built-in Ableton one. That was one thing that was why I upgraded to Live 12 actually. So I could have it auto-tune, whatever it's called. Auto shift. Right guys, I really have to go. Again, it's been great chatting. But if I don't go, I'm going to be ill tomorrow. All day. So good night. I want the chat to carry on, but I have to go. See you soon. FC26. Bluetooth mic. Oh my gosh. That's a really cool, like, Bluetooth distortion effect. Potentially. Alright, yeah. In a bit. Laters.